like a desert, right? You got a desert, and then there's an oasis, right? Is that oasis an actual hallucination, or is it an actual thing that exists, a source of water? If we could just find a way, and we meaning anybody that is in alignment with what I'm talking about, anybody that resonates on that frequency, just like having a place that provides water, right? Now, if people come and drink from that, cool. If they don't, cool. But just at least having a constant, right? Because what's happening is a lot of these young folks out here scrambling, you know,
Yeah.
and it is disheartening, right? And I think that was part of what was like really upsetting me, is because I'm seeing, I ain't gonna lie, if I'm gonna just be honest with you, like looking at some of the older folks attacking younger folks, I ain't gonna lie, it pisses me off. Now, I ain't one of them people where just because I'm twice your age, don't think you're gonna come at me incorrect and I ain't gonna give you that work, right? But generally speaking, on a base level, there is no need to use young people as a punching bag. And I don't know, I just kind of find that disgusting, especially if you're not trying to be a place of refuge as well. Now, if you're gonna scold or chastise, right, but also be a place of refuge, a place where they can trust that they safe, right? I've had people check me, quote unquote, check me, correct me, and they could be yelling at me. You understand what I'm saying? But if I know it's coming from a place of love, I'm able to take it different. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. When purpose is not known, misuse is inevitable. So if a person is that's why it's important to give to build relationships. And I kind of heard what Hant was saying when he was talking about his I kind of remember what he was saying. I heard what he said. Um, if it wasn't this stream, it's probably the last stream where he was asking, I think his kids he was coaching, what can I do for you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I've always taken that approach because a, a child or somebody younger got to see that it's something in it for them. I play this clip from the movie Revolver every once in a while where like the antagonist, I guess, is saying, you know, a wise man once said all success is derived from one question. He said, more energy they put in this one question, the more powerful that man becomes. He said that question is, what's in it for me? So these younger people have to see what's in it for them. They have to see value in that, and that just like they can go and walk up to the store, or just like they can go on their phone and order Uber, that they have access to that value as well as understanding. So that's not clear. I think what came up today when people were speaking, I've said this over and over and over and over again. But it almost 3 years I've been on here. People don't know how to know.
Mm.
People don't know how to know. Like that's not a thing. People really don't know how to know. People will go, "How do you
Can you
know?"
expound on that a little bit?
Yeah,
That's what I came up to ask you.
yeah. So that's like it says in the Bible: "Know ye the truth, and the truth shall make you free." You talked about that, and I'm just gonna give the science. I don't. I can't. I don't know how to. I don't know how people think, and I'm not talking just to y'all too. I
Right,
know
right, right.
we're on the internet because I don't watch TV, and I haven't watched TV for a long time, so I don't know how people's synopsis is working. But
Mm-hmm.
you talked about neuroscience, talked about
Mm-hmm.
how the brain works, how it's wired, and the example that was always used to me is how you'll hear a commercial or a song that you don't even like. But if you keep hearing it, keep hearing it, keep hearing it, keep hearing it, you'll start to know the words to the song. You'll start to know the words to the
The jingle.
commercial. Yeah, to the jingle. Yeah, even that, even just the jingle, you'll start to get it. And you're not even actively attempting to know it, but you know it. You know what I'm saying? So how do you
Right.
know how to know?
Mm.
It takes 30. They say 21 days, but that's for the anomalies. That's for the adepts. It doesn't they create a new habit. They say 21 days. It's not that's for the best of the best. It's not for the average ordinary
Right,
person.
right, right.
It takes I think I really went vegan in 30 days. I just only credit 90 because I know the the neurological pathways didn't disconnect those other ones and start recreating it. So it takes 90 days to know how to know. for your brain to have the structure for you to know how to know. So you can't know how to know, or you can't actually know to after 90 days. Your brain actually has the new wiring, right? So when and then my mentor always taught like this stuff I was going to teach, but I just do it on your channel because my channel is going to be for violence. Um, it
Why
All
would you
right.
laugh, Zoe? Excuse me. Do not. I'm a
Because
hush.
because I don't be looking for the violence, but when y'all be like dual stream, I be like looking at his John. I be like, oh snap,
Don't
some
so
like
encourage him, please. Just stop, Zoe. I appreciate you. I love you. Just stop.
okay.
so you how do you know how to know? So you have that as a framework. It'll take me 30, 60 to 90 days, depending on what your mindset is. Then that's an outlook, that's a trajectory, that's what you would call length. Then you have what you would call width, which is your broad spectrum, which is this is literally anything you're trying to learn. You have to have your broad spectrum, which is the options and the avenues you're going to take. I recommend three or less, one to three,
Okay.
right? Then you have length and you have width, and you have the only thing next is height. So you have length, angle, and width, which is law. That's three dimensions.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how to know anything in life. You have your time frame, you got 90 days, you have your width, you're going to extend yourself through three different values. I mean, three different options. If you only have one, obviously you can't have one, create a new one. It's always three options. It's the right way, the wrong way, and there's some mystery way or some new way between the two. So that's that thing.
There's the unknown. Yep.
The
Mm.
other one is height. So my mentor, my one of my I guess other co-mentees that he was mentoring, my uh, big brother Darius. Um, I had learned this from them. My mentor always used to say, "Life don't start till you hit the 10. You got to get to 10. You got to get to 10. 10 is a magic number. 10, 10, 10." So he always used to say that. I'm like, okay, I think you're just saying it because you like the number. That's what I was thinking. Then my homeboy Darius, he's from California, so he went home and he had came back and he showed me the picture of the plane leaving and up, leaving off the runway and shit. He was like, "Man,
Mm-hmm.
what you see? This is literally real initiate shit." He said. So he pointed at it. He was like, "What you see?" I was like, "Man, that scenery kind of dope." He said, "It look good. And that's some dope. It's a good experience." I was like, "No." He said, "Look at it. What you see?" And I'm like, "I'm 21 at the time," and I'm like, "I don't know." And he's like, "You got to beat 10." And I'm like, "What?" He said gravity pulls at 9.82 meters per second squared. And I was
Hmm.
like, hmm.
Hmm.
So he gives you 10 options. You gotta get 10 confirmations. You gotta do a thing 10 times and you do everything in tens. That's how you know anything. You got so many different avenues. You could take one of the avenues for the width part and get the answer. But if you run through the system every time, that's how you know how to know. You're building geometry in your mind. Literally, that's how you know how to know anything in life. People don't know how to know. What I just gave you is worth $2 million. Todd Lopez can't even teach it as good as I just did because he's not initiated, not to the degree in which I am. That is the actual law. That's how it actually works. 96-degree Mason couldn't teach you better, and I'm
Mm.
not a teacher. I just copied the best teacher. But that's how you know how to know it. But see, it'll be different from an average question because you don't know all the other stuff. But that is literally
Mm-hmm.
how you know from a science standpoint. Now, how do I know something that I'm learning this week? Makes no difference. You just run that system. You'll be at the level of security that you're used to way before you finish the process. You're like, I didn't need 3 weeks. You will do it. You want to get us to the point where it's so conscious, so I'm not actively thinking like we do when we drive,
Okay.
like a lot of people do when they fuck. Got to make it raunchy at some point.
You
You know what
gotta
I'm
add a
saying?
little bit in there.
It
That's
got to be
that's dope.
raunchy.
I
You
feel
know
you.
what I
I
mean?
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? That's sometimes you got to grab the attention of the people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
Little little Joesting.
this stuff is so normal to me. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta remember that this is like,
You
and
do
then
take it for
my
granted though.
my tone is not like the best tone. When I'm going through it, I don't have no other speech pattern other than like computer.
Your office voice.
Right. So I'd be trying to,
I want to disagree with what you were saying before, but I'm not. A, you said a lot, and there's a lot that I agree with, and then B, I'm not sure
Mhm.
if what I'm saying gonna actually disagree with what you were saying
Well, go ahead, shoot.
because
Okay.
It's better to
from
find out.
okay, so the framework of what you're saying, I believe that works, but the idea of like how things change, I think it happens faster than that. And let me see. All right, let me put it like this. I listen to a lot of like Alan Watts. And what I listen to him about the most is the Joker, is his speech on the Joker, in which he explains the basically the benefits of optimism and and the ability to laugh at yourself and the ability to understand um, a moment of clarity when you're trying to change something about yourself, and
Okay.
that it has to be more sudden, like you to escape like what you're doing escapes the karma of it through repetition, which
Mm-hmm.
will eventually which will work.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a moment where he describes it as, I don't know if I agree with him on this. He describes it as there's a moment of futility where you don't think that your repetition is getting you anywhere, and then it just happens. But the
Yes,
but to
I agree with that.
but me, I've never been personally. I've never been have a habit forming mindset. I break habits easily, and it's because of your ability to I'm trying to remember how he called it this whole time. Like like when the devil comes to collect he said, he goes, when the devil comes to collect his debts, it's best to just leave. Don't let him know you're leaving. So if you owe, like if your habits are putting you in a space where you have karma that like that'll cause you to relapse, or that'll cause you to have to go through the
Mm-hmm.
same cycle again, that if you can just up and leave, that you will learn the aspect that you need to learn. It'll be more immediate for you. It'll be more instant for you, which to me is the way that I work. I just sometimes I'll just do, or a lot of the time I'll just do, just to make sure that I'm not in the habit of being stuck. So to make an example out of it, for me being a vegan, I'm not a vegan, but if I wanted to take a path to be a vegan, I don't know if I could plan out 90 days of being a vegan. But I know I could start today and be like, today I'm being a vegan, and then see how it goes till
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow if I'm being a vegan. If I see myself failing, I'm gonna let the world push me into the corner where I have to fail, while I'm just actively working on myself to be like, I'm just not going to fail. But if I sit there and try to scale 90 days,
Mm-hmm.
and then life hits me, I'll lose somebody. Like I lost a lot of people recently. Like when I'll lose somebody, something happens or whatever. If it was a second thought, like if it was just another day, I might just be like, I'll probably forget to even that I'm a vegan, and I'll just be a vegan still. But because I had it planned, and whatever it is that life threw at me, tore down at me so much, I'm more likely to be like, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm just gonna fuck it. It's pizza today. It's wings and all, like you know what I'm saying? And it'll be
Mm-hmm.
intentional to destroy what I was building because something else affected me so much that I fell into it. But if I don't operate that way, if I don't have the plan, if I have the idea to understand enough from the beginning to just do, it's more automatic. It's more instant. It's more, I don't have to deal with the karma of my previous bad habits because I I just moved that I don't know what the word to say for it is. I moved that optimistically, I guess. I'm making
Mm-hmm.
sense, or I'm trying to
No, you're making
connect it to
sense.
what you
I'm
were
just
saying, but
curious. Are you talking about like transmutation, like you like transmuting a certain thing? Like when you was talking about the whole, I'm assuming you were talking about Alan Watts in reference to like outwitting the devil, and when he talk about
yes,
like if you gonna make changes, like do it stoically, quietly, like you like basically like not giving notice to a thing, right? Just making
right.
moves. And is that the
Yes.
type of? Is that the speech you was referring to?
that's exactly what I'm tying into it. That's from his Joker speech.
Okay.
That's the direct, I'm directly correlating that to what World Class was saying about like having the science behind it. Like I
Yeah,
know the science works because I've done the science as well. Like
Mm,
especially younger, like when I was in like high school and stuff, like doing that made it work for me because like that doing like following the science made it work for me for like I guess when I was initially learning things and like trying like when I'm playing football and stuff, the reps helped.
right.
Every rep helps in playing football and me seeing myself getting better, for example. But now like
right.
that I'm older and I have things in my life to relate things to going into the future, it's easy for me to it's easy for me to snap and move. Where you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like it's easier for me to snap
Yeah,
into making being like I'm more decisive now than I was then, and I was a hard headed ass little dude. I could be very decisive when I was
Right.
younger, but now
well,
it's more efficient in the fact of what I was using the Alan Watts example for.
well,
I just escaped the devil without notice. Like you don't even get notice, nigga.
yeah,
I'm going to change.
yeah. So that's what I was talking about with the 10. When I was talking about we call it the magic of 10.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I
I
don't
hear
know if
you
it's my
just
connection.
fine.
Yeah, so you can't hear me. Let's see. Let me wait
Oh, okay, I
until
hear you now.
you can hear me now. Okay, cool. All right, so that's what I meant when I said the 10. So again, gravity pulls at 9.82 meters per second squared. So you need a lot of energy to be able to beat gravity. You need a lot of blunt force trauma and friction. So that's where you get you got the long term backing you up, you have the immediate backing you up, and you have the three options to the three options to take on a vertical plane, where you have your variance, right? Where you have your free will, whatever people want to call it. But to the point of the 90
Okay.
days, 90 days is 90 days really isn't 90 days. Because when you look at it, when you look at it from a, let's just say you need to accomplish something, even being vegan, even irrespective, let's say you have to work, like the average person works 5 days a week. So if I'm going to change a habit at work, right? My first, if you look at it, how many days do I really have at work? If I'm working 5 days a week, times four, what is that, 20? So out of that 90 days, I have 60 work days. So a month is already gone, right? My first
Right.
4 weeks is just practice and preparation. They don't even really count because I got to go through training camp. So now I really only have 40 days. So now that I have the skills, now or I have the habit, I have something to build off of. I really only got 10 days over a month to perfect whatever I need to perfect because, like Kevin Trudeau said, um, practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. I can't get to a perfected practice until I get perfect. So those next 20 days, that is just me trying to get good enough. Like you have your 90-day probation at work. That's just me prepping. So now I really only have 20 days, which is the last 20 days. And that's why I said I agree with the guy when he said it just happens like that because now I got 60 days of focusing if I'm focusing. So 90 days is really not as many days as we think it is, unless you just you free, you don't work. I mean, you don't have a job you have to go to, and you can dial in every day. But you're not really gonna put those hours in over 90 days. That's why I'm telling people when you break the numbers down, and you really got to look at your life. And like you said, if some trauma go, I lose my girlfriend, boyfriend. I get a car accident. Somebody else die. Something wild that really going to disturb you. It's way more days than what you need, and what you're really working with is your neuroscience, dendrites, axons, neurological pathways, and how it's developing with respects to how you eat. You know what I'm saying? That your brain health. And when you focus on that science, how your body is responding to colors, to environment, temperature, stuff like that. All that stuff plays into your life because you're trying to literally become a new you in a world that was made by the old you. You know what I'm saying? You just look the same, like a what they call them cars? Like they be souped up, but it's like They look regular, whatever they call. I forgot what it's called.
They be
So it's
souped up but look regular.
they look regular. Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
Okay.
Sleepers. That's what they
Okay.
call
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Sleepers.
Okay.
Yeah, like sleepers. So you actually I said I mentioned the three E's in my video that I put in for the members only. You got three E's: effort, effectiveness, and efficiency. So the first 30 days is just getting your habit of getting the effort in. You fighting, you're going from dead, you're trying to fight gravity. So you need all
What
of
was
that
the
energy.
what was the second one you said? I heard effort and
Effective
efficiency.
effort, effectiveness, and
Effectiveness,
efficiency.
effort,
Yeah.
effectiveness, and
And
efficiency.
efficiency. Yeah.
All right.
Effort, doing it at all, ready, fire, aim. That's what we call it when you just do the shit. Like you said, no, not even giving the devil a notice. Like, yeah, I'm done with this habit. I'm out. I'm not giving you a 2 week notice. Ready, fire, aim, get ready, start shooting, and then get it together. Be effective. See what you can affect. See you. That's where you find out what type of point guard you are, what type of receiver you are, what type of podcaster you are. You just finding out who you are because you're seeing what you can affect and what the game plan actually affects. You becoming a scientist. I look at everything as being a scientist because the word science comes from the Latin word science, spelled exactly the same, which just means to know. So that's the punchline in what I was saying
So
before.
effort
I'm
is
gonna
more.
say it again.
Let me make sure I'm following. Effort has to do with you yourself, how you what you're going to put into something. Effectiveness has to do with
The
your
result,
well, how you affect those outside of you, the results outside of you, and efficiency is um what the
mastery,
like the like how often, I guess, like your
Ma-
mastery of it.
mm,
Okay,
mastery. Yeah, you just
just
getting
making
better.
sure I'm following.
Yeah, you're just making sure that you're just fine tuning what you're doing. That's all. You're getting better. You can't get better at stuff when you don't have stuff to get better at. You know what I'm saying? And it's just simple. That's why I call it the three
No, I
E's.
hear you.
So effort, and then you have a system and a process on how you structure your mind. Like I was saying before, if you heard what I said, I'm just gonna give you the science, which I said I'm just giving you. How do you know? Do science. That's why I don't argue with people with religion. I know if you're arguing with religion, you really don't have a clue what's going on, because the Bible was older than the word religion, so it couldn't have been religion back then. What it had to be was what they knew, which is the word science. Just that simple. It's
True
information
indeed.
that they knew.
I
So
mean, people don't understand. People like to get into that argument over religion is because they want to vent how they feel about the religion
right,
instead of talk about what it was actually supposed to mean. And they want to be like, oh no, religion sucks because of this religion, all the things that happen because of religion. It's just like all those things that have happened anyways. Religion is the story. Like the Bible is a story. It's a narrative of what happened and what was the response to it, based on what the collective of people understood. Like it's a collection of stories. It's not just one story. It's not just one narrative. It's a bunch of different things that you can always be able to pull from. And everybody wants to say, oh, look at what the organized look at what the structured religion did. Look at and look what they're responsible for. And it's just like, niggas will be niggas. You feel me? You can't gain knowledge or gain wisdom by not looking at uh looking at the actual narrative of what's going on in outside of its totality. Like you need to know, like I use the story of Job, for example. Like I use Job as a understanding in my life to be humble since I was like 6 or 7 years old and I read it. Since I read the whole book of Job at a young age, I always use that in the back of my mind as a favorite story of mine to be like, this is how I want to be when shit hits the fan. When everything happens, I want to know
right.
that I'm going to be able to keep my balance. I'm going to be able to keep me, and I'm not going to curse God. I'm not going to point the finger, and you will be tempted to in life. So
Yes,
being able to attach yourself to a story like that has wild benefits for you over the arc of your life. And it's important to understand these things from a biblical aspect because it's written down. It wasn't written down for no reason. People wrote it down for a reason. It was useful. So if
right.
the fact that some people can misuse it is not the narrative's fault.
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna be mad at the story of Job because I'm not going to refuse to see myself in Job because everybody else didn't know how to use that story.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna look at it like, oh well, really that nigga just got took advantage of. God really did him like that. I got questions. Like I had questions about Job in Bible study as a kid, just because I just there's things I wanted to know. But people look at you and they don't want you to. They want to just feed you what what's it called, the dogma, where you have to
Yeah.
really like deal with what they think of it and use their interpretation instead of finding your own interpretation yourself. And people try to force their dogma on you from religion and try to blame their religion for it. It's like, no, the religion's not at fault
Exactly.
for that. That's you.
That's
If you didn't
precisely it.
understand, that's you had more to learn. You had more to grow.
That's precisely it. Yep. Couldn't have said it better. And put that dogma on it, and then blame this little book that was just sitting on the table. The book ain't never jump off the table and kick you and make you do anything. But it's the book fault and the religion, which is hyper incompetent. That's like saying I don't like Marvel. Marvel's evil. You mean the comic book that sit on the table in the kitchen? I don't do shit to you. The cartoon that you don't have to watch. Like people are just psychotic. Like it just really doesn't make any sense to
But
me.
like, think about what they're doing when they're saying that shit. They're saying that because they're just it's the easiest, it's a path of least resistance for them in a certain sense. It's not like, I don't want to call it stupid because it's not stupid. It's actually
I'll say
intelligent
it.
for the fact that they're putting. Let me give it some credit first. They're ascribing a set of things that happened under one umbrella so that they can. It's easier for them to avoid certain issues by identifying it with that, even though over the arc of your life it's not going to make you avoid all those similar problems, but it puts it in the Marvel category. You feel me? But just because you put it in the Marvel category doesn't mean that it's going to be the same it doesn't mean it's going to save you from having to deal with it the rest of your life. You don't escape karma
Yeah.
that way. Like,
Yeah.
you do some fuck shit, it's going to catch up with you anyways. And
Yeah.
that's the
Because it
part
happens.
where people like that's what this is where I say it's stupid. It keeps you from being able to self-reflect by assigning the, oh no it's Marvel, or oh no it's the Bible, or oh no it's that. It keeps you from being able to self-reflect. Every time that you fail to self-reflect, there's going to be a consequence for it, whether it's immediate or whether it's long term. That failure to
Absolutely.
self-reflect or to blame it on something else, it might save you in the present, but it's not going to save you in the long term.
I
Go ahead
always
and call them stupid for it.
it definitely don't. I always acknowledge that, which is a part of why I always mention etymology parts and syntax. Uh, one of these biggest tricks and the biggest game and scam and conspiracy is the name game that they play. I can put a certain name on you and I can do whatever I want. If I'm the United States military, it is illegal and it is a war crime for me to kill another national in their own country. But if I can call you an insurgent, then I can come into your country and kill you. You know what I'm saying? If I can get
What
you to
an
label
insurgent.
you as an insurgent, I can come and kill you in your own country. So people will move things um, to a word that allows them to be dismissive, that they feel comfortable being dismissive, whether it's cultural or it's anecdotal, as they say. And that's just the name game that people are playing. That's how people live. What are you
Do you
about to
feel
say?
any do you feel in any way that it could be necessary to do that? Like what's the like
I,
it's got to have
what you
some
mean?
type of benefit. Like the bet like I don't really want to use the insurgent example. It was or we could use it. It's a good enough example. Like the benefit of being able to label someone an insurgent, like
Hmm.
it's maybe it's not benefit that I'm looking at. I'm looking at like could it be necessary at times? You know what I'm saying? Like like what if they're right? Like what if what if I'm trying
Well,
to play
if
devil's advocate
well,
if you ain't know.
well, if if you were right, you wouldn't have to position them. You wouldn't have to make them become an insurgent. You wouldn't have to be the U.S. government sending agents to trick people into rallying against their real
Fair
leader.
enough.
You know what I'm saying? But is it a is it something in
You don't
warfare?
have to
Is it
talk shit
something?
about somebody who did you wrong. You just have to say what they did was wrong.
prove that they're
You
wrong.
can judge them off their actions. They'll give you the label. Like I don't
Absolutely.
know what an insurgent actually did. What did they insurge? You feel me? I don't know. Like I couldn't tell, but I was just like, it just sounds bad when you say it.
Yes. Yeah.
You an insurgent.
Yeah. That just means you basically lawless in your own country, and this other country is there to help, even though they the ones that started it. That's that part because we know stuff. Because people came back, like, yeah, we were. Never mind. I don't go through that. That's a lot. So the name game, man, it's not new. It's when it is that is the true oldest shit in the book. The name game, by mislabeling the the tree on purpose and getting Eve to eat it. Yeah, that part. So once I can get you to be looked at as a misogynist, and I can take your Marvel contract from you and put you in jail, even though we can see that you were running from the white girl.
Okay.
That part.
Listen, and he was
True
running. He
indeed.
really was running. He was running. Like for real, for real. He was running.
Yeah, running for his life.
She had to.
He'll be
She had to be
yeah,
on drugs the way she was keeping up with him.
absolutely. That nigga was fit. He gonna get even more fit when he got. Did he get jail time? I don't know what he got. He might have got probation. But you lose your Marvel contract. That's enough. So the name game is serious, and people are chemically dependent on it. Like I just cringe when I watch stuff because I'll be like, oh my god, y'all just missing it. So close with no cigar. A lot of the things that they be talking about with the chicks, and they be trying to get the chicks. I'm like, bro, you don't understand that she's engaging in escapism. I was listening to Hamp today, and he was playing a video, and a young man, he had said something. Forgot what he said, and the girl had agreed with him, but she only agreed with him. She said, what, I can actually like. It was towards the end of his review, and she said, I can agree with that. And I was like, she's agreeing solely because there's an escape route, and it just shows me, like, even when Mandrell was talking, which is which is stressful. Um, And he's like, these guys don't know anything. Yeah, you don't know. They don't really understand women, and neither do they, because all you don't notice. Like if you in a room where niggas just farting and shit, or it's just stinky, and that's just what y'all do. When somebody you not, what I'm saying. If you don't leave out the room and come back, you don't smell your shit, and people don't recognize how you're making choices. People don't really think about thinking. I got to get around a guy 20 years my senior that talked to me about how I thought. And I'm just like, at 20 years old, I didn't realize I didn't know how to think. Like I never fucking crossed my mind that I never thought about thinking in the first 20 years of my life. Never thought about my thinking. Ever. That shit blew my mind once. I was like, yo, what? That's like driving with your eyes closed for 2 years. It's crazy. But it's like, but you're not thinking. You are just responding to an association of a sense that you have, aka you going off emotions. Because people are really just going off associations. They see that color, they see that brand. Oh, that's that. That's M&M's with the peanuts. It's yellow as that. And I gotta eat it. That's how it tastes like. And it's not a thought process. So you're not gonna look on the back and see, what nutrient is red? What is that? What nutrient is red 9? They're not going to think about that process. So people are just not thinking. And we go, these people thinking this, and these people feel I put this in the chat, and just Jay, she put her emoji. All statements, every single solitary statement of I feel like is a lie. Not that it's just incorrect. It's a lie. It isn't true at all. You don't even believe it. I feel like let me just throw this out here. See if I can get something for nothing. Because you don't believe that. And I know you don't believe that because you don't go to work for free. People do not believe in something for nothing because you don't do it. But I feel like it's a lie 100% of the time. You don't feel like nothing. How do you feel like it? What you mean? What you mean? It's just an expression. Is it? Is it an expression? How would you know? You know how many chicks told me the same shit? Yeah, I want to be the only woman. I want this. I want a car. I want a Denali truck, and I want to live in a house that's 300,000. I'm like, damn. I said, where you get all these ideas from? Oh, I got it from me. The fucking same fucking 12 other chicks said the same shit. No, they did. They say they got it from him. Where did you really get that from? What do you feel like? You feel like what? You're not committed to what you're saying. Fuck the catch the I got you moment. You don't have a commitment to what you're saying. Is what I feel like it is. You don't feel like that. That's not real. You're lying. It's a lie. No, no, no. What I'm saying is true. No, 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 no. You're lying. I don't care about what you talk about after that. You're lying. I feel like it's a lie. You're not telling the truth. Oh, I just feel like no. If it was true, you would talk about what you know.
True
You
indeed.
would.
I feel very, very uncomfortable when I say something or I express something and then I go somewhere randomly and somebody says it the exact same way I said it or the exact same way I felt it. And I sometimes you can relate to them and be like, okay, that's cool, we on the same page. But sometimes it's just like, damn, how many people think the same exact shit that I think? And I really get uncomfortable about it. Like about 2 weeks ago, I trade Bitcoin. I'm watching this guy's YouTube and he's explaining something and um it gave me that dual feeling of like where like me, I'll set myself up to take profit at a certain amount or whatever. I don't want to get bore y'all with the details, but he was saying, how do you know when to take profit, basically? And I'm just like, well, that's a good, interesting video for me to watch. I watch it, and he said basically what I already thought, which is sometimes you'll do your analysis and the like Bitcoin will pump higher than what you anticipated. Like you'll anticipate it'll go so far, but then when you see it pump like more, you'll start to develop FOMO, fear of missing out, because you didn't get all of that money. And what I
Mm-hmm.
always just told myself naturally was, well, you know what? I took my money, I made my money. That's somebody else's money. And I always told myself that naturally. When I heard this other dude say it, a part of me felt like at ease, but then I started to think like, well, this is a competitive market. How many people are really thinking that? And what can I really do to take advantage of it? Because there's if enough people like me think this way, there's someone out there that's taking advantage of people like me who think this way.
That's a
And I
fact.
think
That's
that
what.
relates to what you were saying, is that if like where you look at women who do that same thing with the I feel like, is that when you look at them and they all saying the same thing and they don't know they're all saying the same thing, you're looking at them like not necessarily that you have to take advantage of them, but you're
Free lunch.
you're gonna go through the same mistakes, the same things as all these other women, because I can tell you're gonna be just like them because of just the way that you think. It's like a tell. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're telling and they don't know what they're telling. They can you reading them um for what they doing for what they're doing that's similar to other people that had the similar mindset, that they're following a certain narrative, they're following a certain storyline that you can see the results of because you done dealt with it 12 times, but they don't see it because they're just going through it. You're on the outside looking in. And that to me that so when I end up putting my feeling that way, there's a part of me that's comfortable, that's like, okay, like it's confirmation that I'm not crazy, that I thought it up myself. But then the other side of me is just like, who's going to try to eat me off of this? Who's the predator looking for me? Because I'm part of this same herd of people that think this way in particular.
Yeah. Yeah. Watching people say, "I feel like," is like being an engineer, seeing a person in a Rolls Royce and they're cutting a hole in the floor to use it like the Flintstones. You know, what I'm saying? It's the most stressful, devouring. Yes, that's the right word. And devaluing thing I can see in life, because you're just fucking yourself, because you're teaching your brain over the span of your life that it's okay not to think. I feel like is I'm not worth the research. All you got to do is
True.
know. That's all it is. I'm not worth the research for me knowing. But that same person will, if a craving come up, they'll put the energy in for the craving. If that the insatiable need of getting gossip, they'll put that same energy in. They'll put 10 times more energy in for that gossip shit. They'll put 10 times more energy, if not 100 times more energy for the craving than they will to know.
You're right about that.
Knowing that at the same time, a lot of your fears is because you don't know. And you don't like fear. This is the feelings people now. You don't like fear and how bad it feels, but you'll do less to fix that than you do to feel good eating the ice cream, overeating, knowing you're going to feel bad after you do that. As compared to putting the energy in to move fear to feel good for the rest of your life. Because you'll never have to worry about that fear because I'm already bigger than that. Because not a lot of 30 and 40-year-olds still afraid of what the monster under the bed. You've been past that fear. But you know that liquor going to fuck you up. It's going to taste good. It's going to fuck you up. You're going to feel bad for what you do in the morning. But you won't research. You're not worried. You know what I mean? Shit, how much shit frustrate me on this deep conversations that we have, and these people don't even know their name. You know what blows my mind is like people don't even know how their face works. But I feel like, yeah.
You ain't by yourself. I feel attacked too. Wait, I'm like, wait a second. How my face work? Hold on. Hold on.
To watch the I'm about to take a shot. To watch the gay community.
Yo, look on my face when you said that. I don't know. When you said people don't even know how their face work. I said,
but we'll put makeup and shit on it, which is evidence that you don't know how it works because it doesn't need that to look healthy. You know, oh my god, so many things I'm gonna say one time. To watch a girl put on makeup so she can look younger when all she did was make her face look hydrated. And you putting on 30 and 40 and $100 worth of makeup, and you could have got a gallon of water and did that for $1, 25 cents, 50 cents. So you don't know how your face works.
Okay, I see where you're coming from now. Before I was
that's just one example. It's multiple examples. People don't know how to breathe. You know it's 4 parts to a breath, not 2. No. People don't know how to breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale. Right? Inhale, hold the breath, exhale, wait until the next breath. That's 4 parts. Funny because it's 4 parts. It's 4 parts to a year.
Mm.
Kind of how that works. My 2, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna stay with my 2.
It's just
let me live in my ignorance. I'm sorry.
It's so much stuff to do, and that's why I be looking at people like people be wondering why I move like I move because I'm like, I just need
twice as much as everybody else, nigga.
I just need you to show me you care about yourself this much. That's all I be asking for. Just show me you care about just. Can you even see my eye through my face? If you can show me you care about that much,
okay.
Just show me you care about you, not me. I'm the shit. I don't need that. Just show me you care about you this much. I swear I've been waiting all this shit just to say this one thing. Just show me you care about you this much, and I got you. Just that much. What does your name mean? How does your face work? Why are you here? Why would anybody buy into you? It's anything. Get on the floor, rich guy, and do free push-ups. Free.
The next girl I take on a date, I'm gonna ask her how her face works. I'll report back and let you know how it went. I ain't gonna hold you.
Amen.
I'm gonna find a way to say it, and it's gonna work too.
Never principle on how your face works. I'm pretty sure it's popular. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them proportionately. It's not like you can't count. You have 2 of these or 1 of these. Let's just use them proportionately. It's there. See, my son's 7, right? So I initiated him. I told him all the 7s. One of the 7s I told him is you have 7 holes in your face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 continents, 7 days of the year, 7 days of the week. Went through that. 7 days in a week, 7 days in a year, 7 days in a decade, 7 days in century, etc., etc. Told him seven. So we counted those things, and I told him that you got 2 ears, one mouth, using proportionately. Listen, look before you leap. Basic shit. Do you know how your face works? Work means to become. Got vision. You can see, but do you got vision? You can hear, but do you listen, etc., etc. How you know how your face works? People like the homosexual community blows my mind. We're fighting for our existence, and this is real, ma'am. The face you're using is in direct opposition to your value system because it doesn't come from the shit you're doing. It don't come from that. The face you're using is your rebuttal. Your face doesn't come from the shit that you're saying. It comes from the opposite. It just frustrates me with the thing. So just this much.
Sorry, wait, let me go be.
Why you get to laugh? Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy these conversations, and I really appreciate the way Zoe think. I think you probably had done went to sleep or whatever last night, Noble. But we was talking and whatnot, and his perspective on self-sabotaging behavior was pretty dope. Like I enjoy the way people articulate things in different ways, and the way he articulated his thought process concerning that was pretty awesome. You mind touching on that right quick, Zoe?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I gotta remember what I said.
You
I
was
mean, I
talking
could think.
about
I could
how
off. I could,
self-sabotage is because you were saying you don't believe in emotional intelligence, and how self-sabotage is you not trusting something to
oh
that
yeah,
effect.
Me
I was.
either.
I was saying. I was
Me
saying
either.
that.
I
It
hate
was
Like,
it.
pretty
I
dope. It
don't.
was pretty
I,
dope.
I don't believe in emotional intelligence. I'll start there, just because it's just intelligence. You're already emotional as a base.
There we
So
go.
to say that you're intelligent means you're able to. Everything you do is in your intelligence is articulating your emotions. So to say you're emotionally intelligent isn't accurate at all to me. But I would say that the when it comes to the context of being in a relationship and then self-sabotaging, it is like it's the most ignorant thing you can do. It's the opposite of of intelligence, because you're not um articulating your emotions, and you don't trust your emotions. You're not articulating them, and you're not trusting them, which is the two things that you got to do to specifically self-sabotage. You have to feel something and not trust it. I know I made it sound better when I said it yesterday, but I know I related it directly to, what do they call it? When you go to a job, and imposter syndrome, where you show up somewhere and you might have earned your spot to be there, but because you don't really fully understand how you got to where you're at, you put yourself, you act out of your norm because you don't feel like you belong. So instead of trusting how you feel, and interpreting it and articulating it and doing what got you there, you start acting a certain way to destroy what you've built so far. And it's completely counterproductive, and it doesn't help you grow. It's actually
Yes.
it's a reducing factor. And it's also what I would also call it insensitive, in the fact that it disregards what the other person in the relationship did to validate you so far. It's like, I validated you up to this point, and here you are, not just having a conversation with me about why you don't feel like you want to be here, but doing something to actively make me regret my decision. Like that point where you can communicate with somebody is the best thing you can do to keep someone from regretting doing something good. And you don't want to put people in a space where they regret doing something good, where they feel like, oh man, here's what I did for you, and then not for you, but for how I made them feel, and that you try to reduce that about them so that they're less likely to be a good person in the future. You want to
Yeah.
reinforce it, and if you can't handle it, find a way to articulate it so you can get help. Like, I'm one of the people that don't really believe in therapy too much, because there's usually people that you need to talk to figure out certain things, and if you can talk to the other person in a certain way that will get off how you feel, without like without allowing yourself to explore how you feel within the context of their actions, and not feel like and not well, versus self-sabotage, versus letting your actions cause pain and suffering for them. It allows them to grow, even if they feel, even if you can convince them that they made the wrong decision. They might convince you, but you got to go through that journey with them. They might convince you that no, 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 I did pick you for the right reason because you have these factors. You're like you might have your flaws, but you always kept it 100 with me. You never folded on me. You never try to make me feel like you was gonna put me in a position to lie to me. So now that you're sitting here trying to crash and burn, I'd have rather appreciated the honesty where instead of you going out your way to go and lie, and not necessarily lie, but do these things that's gonna make me regret being around you when you were somebody that I validated off the fact of how much confidence I had in your ability to be honest with me.
Yeah.
So the self-sabotage, I don't know. I just don't respect when someone self-sabotage. It make me feel like in situations where I've been where I felt like where someone was definitely self-sabotaging, that dragged me into a place of in a relationship where I wanted to end things, but it made it difficult for me because I wanted to stand in my word. I wanted to be like, well, nah, this person is still solid with me. This person is still technically being honest with me. But you don't know how to explore that area of self sabotage because they like when they self sabotage, they damn near dragging you down with them.
Yeah.
So
It happens way more than people think. In these relationships, it's just the most subtle things of. I gotta be trying to tell guys like they be why is this I'm doing this that and for these chicks and she just I know everything she asks and I don't understand why she treat me like this. A nigga, it's because she think you ain't shit because you with her, because she knows she ain't shit. These chicks will really try to destroy you because you're with her and she knows she ain't shit. Like in real life, they're mad at you because they're looking at you like, nigga, I lied. Like in their mind, they like, I lied. All this shit fake. I don't believe in myself. You see, I don't give a fuck about myself. And they just be going out of their way to do to you just to see what it look like. Just what they expect to happen to them, they will do to the nigga just to see what it look like because they know it's coming. And it's evil. But those things, again, that's another form of self sabotage that they do. They'll fuck it up because they know they're not worth it. And it's easier to do that shit versus just get into the actual self development, knowing that they're not worth the research, not worth the effort.
it's
You know
difficult.
what
Like you say it's evil, and I think it damn near is, but I don't want to necessarily call it evil because I think it operates within a range. Like you can, like you ever like catch somebody who was like catching the Holy Ghost in church? Like you
Yeah.
feel a little bit like
They
that
think
self sabotage because they threw their arms and they fell back on you, and you had to catch them. And now you're sitting there like, oh man, no,
now I got the Holy Ghost on me and I don't want to know because I don't want to do that.
don't,
Yeah, I
you
know.
know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like it feels sometimes like like I'm okay to catch you sometimes if you're gonna catch the Holy Ghost. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna let them fall. Yeah. That's why I shouldn't go to church.
Oh, wait, hold on. I,
Because they say God got me, so I'm expecting him to come when you start falling out.
I ain't gonna lie.
Pause.
One time I refused to. I wasn't finna let all that fall on me. Ain't no workman's comp. You feel me? In my back getting all messed up, and it's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Once I listen,
It's,
sister, like yeah, she had to slide down my leg. I'm not catching all that weight. You just gonna
it's a
have to
lot
go
of
on and bounce.
it's
I
a
ain't
lot
even
of
gonna lie
it's
to
a lot of heavyweights. It's a lot of heavyweights.
slide down your
Listen,
leg.
don't get me
Like
started, y'all. I done had ponytails flying and everything. Listen, y'all, I have stories. Listen, if you want some comedy, honey, that's one of those. Listen, it's interesting, but yeah, I feel you. So proceed.
but no, I was using that as an example. Like like maybe some part of that is malicious on their part. You know what I'm saying? For someone to
Mhm.
catch them, or whatever. But I don't look at that like because there's a range of that. Like I like that's not as bad as I don't know, like blocking me after a conversation or whatever, some shit like some toxic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit you just be like, oh, this is malicious.
This is
She's
in the
like, where
name
it's
of
like you can
most
tell,
of
oh,
them.
she's trying to make me feel like I'm supposed to miss her or some shit, and I'm really just about to ignore the fuck out of her just because. There's some shit
What?
like where it's just that, and then there's some shit where it's just like if you just caught the Holy Ghost and I just gotta catch you from time to time. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you know
From
you was
time to
having a
time.
bad day and I might have to you know
Nah.
alleviate it to some degree. I can be to some degree considerate that you might have had a bad day or it might have been something, but I can't let that be a consistent thing. I can't let that be
Right.
I can't let that be the narration. I can't let you think that every single time some shit happened that I might be the one telling you shut the hell up. I might not want to hear it
We
that day.
want people
We
to
might
have
both be having a
indefinite
bad day.
grace. We want people to have
Right.
indefinite grace. We want people to have indefinite understanding. And when you in that place of like constant self-serving behavior, right? It's like you have a unwillingness to pull yourself out of that and see that other people have limits, right? But instead, right, if you always in that state of wanting to be the victim and wanting to constantly pull on other people emotionally in that regard, right, you're not going to take that in consideration. And so then when people finally hit their limit, all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, Zoe, I can't believe it, I was having a bad day, but you don't want to hear me out and whatever. Okay, well, you done had like 75 other bad days over the past 90 days, but now you confused when I don't have no more grace. And I think sometimes, yeah, people have to be mindful. Of course, we all got our shit, like you said, but it's levels to it.
I couldn't let it get to 75 days. I
75 was a lot. I already know
oh.
with you, it ain't even gonna be a third of that. It ain't even gonna be a quarter of that. I get it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's like we got like if I'm looking at someone, it's gonna and you know in a relationship, I look at it as a potential for the rest of my life. So I always ask myself questions like that's what allows me to move quickly. It's like am I finna deal with like how many times for the rest of my life am I finna deal with this?
Hmm.
She might have a good 3 or 4 rest of my life, but if it's like 10 times in a like if it's
That's too
like
much.
I'm getting 10 times within the same year of this outburst or that burst, then it's like you're not the person that I thought you was. You can't be
Hmm.
because if I'm gonna end up having to deal with this and you don't know how to communicate with me for you to not be in that position, if we can't grow from this because life is gonna happen to both of us. Like it's gonna be worse shit. When I go through shit, I have to think to myself, there's somebody doing worse than me right now that probably isn't complaining right now, so I don't get to. Which doesn't, maybe I should have some emotional intelligence. I don't know.
No, to me, that's
I don't.
expressing
Maybe I have
gratitude.
to like look at myself to say, hey, maybe at some point I'm going to have to deal with the negative energy out this. But for now, I just need a good laugh. I just need certain people around me or make a phone call here and there and just to help me get through it because I'm not trying to be that burden on someone else. So
Hmm.
if someone else is gonna be that burden on me, it just has to be so limited because I want to be understanding, but I'm not finna tolerate this shit.
It definitely have to be worth it, right? Because as you know, like you said, you're gonna deal with stuff, right? But I think for everybody, they have to figure out what's worth it and what ain't. And that's where people's own value systems come in and they have to evaluate that. But regardless, right? People have to understand everybody have limits. And so in regards to relationships, like you were saying, I do think, and this is just my personal idea, there's a certain level of dysfunction that people have no space for, no capacity for, and that's going to vary from person to person depending on what they've dealt with, et cetera, right? But I think in the beginning, right? And it should, like, some people, they be talking about struggle love and all this kind of other stuff. And I think people define that in different ways, right? I do think in the beginning stages of a thing, right? There are rough patches that have to be worked out in regards to how you relate to a person. Some stuff is just going to be off top on GP, right? That doesn't need explanation. It doesn't need inflection. It doesn't need understanding. Some things are just are, right? And to me, that should supersede on some level, I guess, the amount of work that it's going to take to get to that base level of understanding. You feel me? So I do think that there's a place where in the beginning stages of a thing, it requires a level of work. And it seems like with the conversations that they be having in the different spaces, it honestly seemed like some people just don't want to do work. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, because
That is so
they
much
here
what
to
it is. Go
yeah
ahead.
they
Go ahead. My bad.
yeah because they're here to get payback. As Brown said,
Mm.
people most people rather get even than get ahead. They're here to get somebody back, hurt somebody's feelings.
Well,
Not
yeah,
here to
you're
help.
right. You're right. That's
You know
that.
what I
That's
mean?
that pound of
A lot.
flesh. You know what I'm saying?
But I can get you talking about that when it's a person talking like they're here to help, like a content creator acting like they're here to help men, but you really don't want to do the work, or you really are. You need to be in the hot. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
I hear
Um,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Certain people
There's a
that no, go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead. There's a difference between going out your way to help somebody and taking advantage of people's experiences. Like people share their experiences so that people can learn from it, or that you can learn from it, or both ways. That's how all learning works. Is that when I say what I went through, that you can look at it and give me something constructive from it, or or tell me where your principles just don't line up for you to be able to understand where I'm coming from. That way, there can be either a matching of experiences or a matching of principles, but those two things will eventually reach to a solution somehow, some way, either a good solution or a workable solution, but that'll work to a solution. But if your point is to take advantage of it to make a viral moment or grow your platform or this and this and it, it's like you just want to have the. That's why I think you was talking about the entertainment value. Is like entertainment is valuable, but if you have it in your objective to help somebody, then help, be of service. You're going to be
Hmm.
judged by the amount of people that you help. Like that's one of the things like where Kevin Samuels, where he would list the amount of marriages that help. Like I don't know if it was a lot, but he would say in his mind, at least you could tell he believed there was people are getting help from what he was doing. And that's where your objective has to be, is that my agenda is this, and this is what I'm focusing on. Because once you focus on that, you're not gonna have the energy to sit here and try to hurt other people or try to, you know, violate people for whatever reason. It's like I'm not trying to violate you for this. I'm just trying to make sure we stand on the same principle. I'm trying to make sure that what I said with my experience match up with what you said with your experience or not. Or maybe I'm missing something, or maybe you're missing something, but we're gonna figure it out. Now, I don't want to talk too much.
I love it. I enjoy it. I'm getting ready to wrap up soon, but you know, Zoe, you always welcome. And I saw what you said last night. You was like, this your safe space. So I appreciate that. You feel me? Because I'm definitely not about having a space for people to come and punch down on one another. Again, I'm not some angelic presence. Like people could definitely get their work, but we ain't about punching down on GP. You know what I'm saying? And so what you said, Noble, is you talking to us or you talking to somebody else?
He praying.
That child, I can't.
I'm praying. I'm praying for who got to find out that you're not an angelic presence. That's what I'm worried about right now. Is
No,
Mandrill
I
here?
appreciate
Man, Drell need to go to bed. Just kick him out.
I
But
appreciate you being a safe space. You definitely make me like when I click on, I see just the water just going and it's going over the mountains and stuff. I just let it play, and then I'm working and now I'm doing stuff. I'm just like I don't necessarily have to be in the chat or anything like that, or I'm not always in the chat. I'll try to like say something just to let you know I'm in there, but most of the time I'm just like, let me just click on here because I see she live. Let me, it's gonna be on going on for a couple of hours at least. Let me just let that shit play because to me, I don't like going into spaces and then immediately it's beef, immediately it's this, immediately it's that. It's a talking back and forth because I avoid that shit in real life. So when I'm online, I'm just like, and it's not being productive. I'm like, even when the dudes do it, like I wasn't trying to, make world class seem like he got beef with everybody, but it's
absolutely.
like if even if you like, and I think he has a good sense of it. I'll be right there. I think you got a good sense of it, but like it's like it can only go on but for so long before you got to fall back and be like, okay, I'm done talking about it. Like as men, we automatically know like I'm gonna address it. It come back up, I'll address it again. But I only got but so many words for this before I have to fall back and let them make their move or let people do what they do. So because I'm gonna be comfortable doing what I do. I want to be moving how I move, and that's where more of my focus is. So it's like when I see you addressing, whatever BS or people venting or whatever. I think it was what Freezy the other day. I'm like, I understand, letting niggas vent. I'm just also like, you know what, let it come to a head too. So that, it's the effort's there, the effectiveness there, and the efficiency's there. I'm gonna use your words, nigga. Your three E's.
The
So
three E's. The three
all three of
E's.
those things play its way into it, and then we done. Like you feel me? Like it's not. It doesn't have to be a constant reminder or constant venting or whatever. I'm okay with venting, but if it's not coming to a head soon, then I'm like why even be a part of it? Like to me, I live my life so much that if I'm going through that type of situation in real life, that something I have to move. I have to do something. I have to either if it's going to be physical or if it's going to be me evacuate. Like it becomes fight or flight for me. It becomes how much am I going to stick around to be like really with this shit? How much am I going to really sit here and want to volunteer myself into this? How
Right,
much
right.
of other people's BS am I going to volunteer into it? So when you start saying things like when where I'm talking to world class, when you start saying things like when you start talking about like expanding spaces, like finding different solutions, finding different ways of doing content, I'm just a panel nigga. I don't produce content like that. But when you talk about that, it gives me the faith that a lot of the BS is going to be put back from your point of view going forward. Whereas for other people, they might need to feed off of it. They might need to keep on recycling or circling back to it, which is I would rather see like, just J channel grow, your channel grow, Freezy channel grow. I'd rather like see, different content coming out that make me just click on just to support and show love. Whereas if it's going to keep being beef, I'm going to be like, Doug, I watched enough. I've been watching YouTube since I was like 12 years old. Well, however long YouTube's been out is however long I've been watching it. Like it,
That's
I'll
important.
click and watch. I'll click and watch something else. Hmm?
No, that's a good point. I thought about damn. I've probably been watching it since I was about around the same age. You've
Dang.
been around for a minute.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was in
that's
I was
we
in
used to
middle
catch.
school.
We used to catch Dragon Ball Z new videos coming up. That's what we used to watch it for.
Not
I
And that
was
Dragon
was
Ball
watching
Z.
when it was new.
I was watching Meek Mill freestyles and shit like that. Like from
Mm.
when he was like we was like middle school, high school, like going into like I was just watching freestyles left and right, watching funny videos, cat videos, all sorts of just random stuff. And it's like there's a lot of space here for uh for the BS to be like its own sector like this. It's like I don't need that type of drama for me to be watching. Like it can be entertaining, but
Right.
nigga, 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, I don't have
Just
any. I'm lying. I do have real life beef like that, whereas it probably been a couple years and some shit that some people I won't forget that I
Well,
still
some
got issues
things in
with.
real
But
life
that's
like that,
real life.
I mean, but it's up and it's stuck in that regard, right? And that's the thing though for me online, right? It's levels to it, right? And I guess that's why it's hard for me in these spaces when I've come across people that violate in a certain way or whatever. Like for me, I don't play them kind of games online or offline. So I think that's what make it difficult, right? But I'm the type I try not to constantly engage because if you continue to engage, I think it's just gonna grow and grow and fester. So for me, like I just try to stay out the way. You feel me? Well, so you know, I'm from
Yeah.
Miami. It is what it is. It's only so much talking I'm gonna want to keep doing with you. You know what I'm saying?
Or I
But
pull up.
still, you feel me? That don't mean we finna sit here and chop it up and we finna be chummy, even if it's online. I don't
That's how I
know.
feel.
It's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think for people in the spaces, they navigate in different ways. And so,
Let me address Marcus
yeah,
real quick, talking about my zodiac. Yo, I basically all I did was defend astrology from the science point of view that it is actually the study of the stars and it's one of the very first sciences that people have that evolved. So before it was just religion, or I don't know, I think world class was saying it wasn't religion, it was just it just was. Before there's actual relevance to astrology, I just don't go for the horoscopes. I don't go for people trying to predict and say, oh, you're going to be this, this,
every
this, and
day
this.
that's
But it's
gonna
like
happen.
there
Right.
like the same way that everybody has, like I think World Class was saying, like 7 holes in their face. Like there's something to the number that means something. So people born on a certain day have a certain synchronicity with other people. That even if all the all Geminis are this, even if that part is bullshit, there is synchronicity there that is different than normal people. And people realize that, which is why it hasn't gone away for so long, which is why it's lasted so long as every other science. But he just don't like me talking about zodiac signs. He just
People
standing
act
on the other
according
side of that.
to the seasons they born in, regardless of what people want to say. There's definitely a, you know what I'm saying? But like you say, people try to add a lot of specificity to it, and it's like that ain't what we're trying to say. But it do matter. But my goodness, what is Crunch and Munch doing down here? I say I'm getting ready to wrap up. He hollering about pull me up. He been gone. He done went to the store. He probably done went grocery shopping. He probably done
He
did
wanted
meal
to come eat in
planning.
our face
Look. I ain't got no kind
and
of
not
manners,
share
child. No get up out of
Thank
here.
God he muted.
I done cooked steak and everything.
and not
What kind
share,
of
just
steak?
like
What's the
niggas.
cut of steak? What cut of steak? Don't tell me no
Sirloin.
foolishness. Ugh, I knew you was gonna say sirloin because it's
I normally
lean,
eat
huh?
ribeyes. I normally eat
Okay,
ribeyes.
okay.
Ribeyes,
Ribeyes,
New York strip.
porterhouses.
No, ribeyes, New York strip, T-bones. I ain't had a T-bone in like forever. But porterhouse, yeah, I eat those too.
I ain't gonna talk too much.
With Diet Coke.
Country diet shit. There's no point. Diet Coke is actually worse for you than regular Coke, and it's because of what they use to sweeten it with. During
Aspartame.
gestation. Yeah, during gestation, it turns into formaldehyde.
I don't like that stuff. That stuff always
So
gave me a headache. I
you're
don't
better
like
off
fake sugar
drinking.
stuff anyway.
You're very much so better off drinking the high 2 fructose corn syrup.
Well, what you
What
got to
was
say,
that crap you
Madrid?
just
Because I already
drinking?
told you I was gonna go home.
Huh?
Well, I am
Ain't
home,
you
so
already on the porch?
You're home.
y'all know what I'm saying.
Got it.
No, we don't just say.
Man, Joe, do you try to look like one of the Captain Crunch cereals on purpose, or is it the light in the air, or what? What you
No,
think?
no. You know what?
I see what you're saying. Like how bright he is.
Yeah, he look like a Chico stick.
All this light skin hate, man. I don't know where it comes from.
Is it hate or
It's
recognition?
because the light makes you extra light skin. It's hate over here. It's
It ain't the
extra
light.
light.
Light skin face, hey, do light skin face, hey, do light skin face, hey, do light skin face, hey.
It ain't the light. Look at this. I'm still bright.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm still bright.
Do it have some kind of oil thing around it? What is that? What is
Who knows?
that?
It was a Looney Tunes counter. That's all, folks. That's what it was.
You look like a yellow highlighter. That's what you look like right now. I don't want you to continue to be like this.
I can't help it, man. All that time I spent in the sun, in the desert.
Hey man,
It's
girl,
dark
listen,
like
you
this.
know the one thing. You know the one thing I wanted to say to you.
What?
It was crazy as fuck watching them niggas talk you down about Shushu. I'm like, I don't even fucking know her. Like, what are you talking about?
Freezy,
Wow,
wow.
Yo, I'm sorry, Freezy said Freezy said that really like a white cheddar cheese puff. Yo. I wouldn't go that far, Mandrell, but that's funny as hell.
It is funny. It is funny.
You were saying, Noble, you were saying somebody was coming for Shushu?
No,
No,
what he said was if his sister said that somebody did something, he would automatically go and take care of him.
Right.
Reason being is because his sister is not one of the people that's on fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And them niggas just wouldn't let it go. Like it was weird, but it spoke to what you was talking about in terms of when you come with a certain, I don't want to call it moxie, I don't know, attitude to the conversation. It don't matter what's gonna happen. It don't matter what's said. It's
They
just
gonna
gonna
buck
go
every time.
I'm like, then you got an idiot like Mr. Fantastic in the chat talking about basically talking shit about Shushu. Not knowing her name, obviously. But you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, people are weird.
Yeah, and I told him that day. I've made every word of that now. World class, every word. I don't need to see proof. She told me you did it.
Oh.
That's it. I don't need
but
to see proof.
they took it as he's talking about Because the nigga literally said it. He said, "Well, you talking about believe all women? What?
How you
Where they
equate
came
that to
from?
believe all women? That's what I mean about these
Right.
disingenuous. That's their favorite word. These disingenuous ass people. You come with an agenda. You come with a big ass chip on your shoulder. You Dorito face motherfucker, and then mad when somebody say something that I don't get it. I don't get it. See, I just refuse. That's why I said
Well,
for the people
it's
that
it's this.
took whatever I said, how they
Principles
took
are
it is
pure.
their business. It's their business.
Principles are pure, but people aren't. So it's like the believe all women technically applies, but that's where you're supposed to have tact and understanding context. That Mandrell talking about his sister, so it's a line that you shouldn't be trying to cross there. So it's like
Right.
he has a principle that matters more than what you're trying to do. Oh, woman, no, but what if the woman is lying? It's like I don't give a fuck. That's the consequence of family over your dumbass principle. The
Yeah.
And that's the
principle is a
thing when you
socially
come in the space with that
community
goofy
share
ass
thing.
thinking.
That
Go
principle
ahead.
means something on a social level. So if it's like people I don't know, how do I interact with them? But it doesn't apply as heavily when it comes to people closer to my circle, closer to me, because this is closer to my truth. This is my family. This is what I know. So I just don't play about certain things like that. And I would expect Mandrell to stand
Mhm.
like that. And I would understand completely what he meant by it. And I wouldn't be like, oh, he's just going to believe every woman.
He,
Like,
he was
Thank
actually completely clear. It was no way to misunderstand. I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I listening to? Which is the
That,
first. This topic is the first problem I had with this space. This one I started to go, oh my god, the sisterhood, right? These niggas is gay. And I picked that word for a specific reason. It's because they're mad because you're not mistreating the chick for no reason. You up on the panel, you supposed to say something mean to her. For
you supposed
what?
to
She's
punch
not
down
doing
on
anything.
GP. Soon as she came up, you was supposed to let her have it because you supposed to let these bitches know. You supposed to let these hoes know.
you. Just that. Here's the
It's like
thing.
that's how you
at the
hold
frat.
people accountable.
It's like if you at college, you at the frat party, you got the girls that's here for the frat party. We gonna beat them up. Like you got it's a football game. We got the women that's coming to watch it and support. They got the same colors we got on, but we gonna attack them. Does that make sense? It's
No.
weird, man. Dro, they
What's
keep.
And then be
I
mad
got
with y'all
people.
because y'all don't do nothing. And then be like,
The
see, I
song might be
knew I
only
knew you
that.
niggas was simps. You
it was
niggas
Them
wild.
was
niggas. Them
simps.
niggas go. Them
It
niggas.
was
They
wild.
say to me,
Yeah, that
right?
conversation yesterday was
Right.
wild. I was like, huh? Did you see the look on my face? I was like, huh?
When?
They were trying to win an
That's what I'm
argument.
talking about.
They're supposed to
You talking
listen
about
to what I was
today?
saying. No, yes,
Yesterday.
Oh, okay.
both
Okay.
times actually.
Gotcha.
Even
Gotcha. Go
today,
ahead.
they didn't understand what I was saying, which is
Well, you
ridiculous.
see how they took what I said and just out. They flipped that
Took
thing
it
like a
somewhere else. Yeah.
flapjack.
Took it
So
somewhere
now
else.
I'm out here promoting Pookies and Ray Rays, and I'm glorifying Pookies.
And
I'm
then
I'm
there's
promoting
like,
violence.
they were saying, you going after the dude, that's Pookie behavior. I'm like, what? No, I'm defending my sister. What are you
Yeah.
talking about Pookie behavior?
People make up stuff as they go along, and I
Well,
ain't
what are you
got
talking
time.
about? Like here's the thing. What nigga, where your principle? My principle is my sister's hands off. When it comes
That's
to
Right.
it. That's
violation,
it.
completely hands off. Completely. There are no excuses. There'll be no
Ain't no
excuse. There'll be no
explanations needed
exception.
either.
No. What does he
And
got?
any solid man
Over
already
there?
understands that.
Okay,
That was my
cool.
whole point when I was talking earlier, and I was talking about even that whole primal thing. There are some things that don't have to be explained, and if you need a level of inflection and a level of context for something like that, then you obviously ain't even clear on who you is as a person. Because any reasonable man already understand that, and they don't need an explanation for that.
That shit was
That's just
stressful.
goofy.
It
There
was
was
That's
a
stressful.
just me
panel.
though.
There was a panel. It was Taz panel. Matter of fact, it was Taz panel. It was the first time that the brick lady thing happened, and Just Jay, you was on the panel, and I know I specifically wasn't coming up on the panel when you was on the panel. I always like to come on the panel when you're on the panel, but I didn't this time in particular because I was just like, I'm not going up there to make it seem like I'm about to argue with her. I'm okay with all these other bitches I don't know, but I'm not going up there to whatever. So I waited for you to get off the panel and leave,
You're
and then
right.
I
You
went up there and I
did.
started
Okay.
causing hell for the same reason, for
You
the
was
same thing. I was
dribbling.
just saying, all I wanted there to make the point of was, if it's my family, if it's someone I know, if it's someone that I care about, I will definitely automatically stand up. But if I don't know her and it looks like this situation in particular on video, it's a bunch of dudes standing off to the side. I'm not judging those dudes because I don't know what happened before, and I can't trust that just because she's a woman, that what she's saying I could trust for whatever. I don't believe all women. And it would be and I was saying that it would be disrespectful to people, to the women I actually care about, for me to put my life on the line for some woman I don't know who could be BSing, instead of a situation for where for them they might need me. It's like, there
And that's
has
the
to be
thing
a
I was
hierarchy
clear
for
for
me.
people that have sense understand that, right? But as usual, people was jumping out the window. Now you know where I was coming from, and that whole conversation. Again, I couldn't even get to dissecting the video in the way that I wanted to because I was so disgusted with men in the space celebrating. I'm talking about it wasn't even day 2. You feel me? And it was a celebration that somebody allegedly got hit in the face with a brick. Now we already know how that unfolded, right? But whether or not it was true, for me, what was sickening was that this is the sentiments that a grown ass man, right? These people who always talking about leaders is okay with a woman being hit in the face with a brick. And I was keeping it real when I was talking about, being from Miami and stuff. I said, we're going to keep it real. I know some dudes push come to shove would have popped her in her face. I said, but we talking about allegedly hitting people with bricks, and then we're going to celebrate that thing, right? And so, again, that conversation come up. Oh, so y'all want people to take bullets? No, I understand situational awareness. I also understand helping could be as simple as, like, the part where she was up there, see what y'all sitting around watching, y'all let them do this to me or whatever. A dude helping, it could be as simple as, listen, baby girl, you already, your face already, you already looking like Max tonight. Let's go get you some ice or something for your face or something. Not chill. It's as simple as that. But they took it and spent it. By day 2, I got on Freezy panel, and I had already said by the second day, it's some stuff that I don't like that I'm seeing, and if I find out that she lying, I'm on her ass. I said that from the second day, right? But people wanted to keep taking this and making it a whole battle and stuff. No, it's some sensible people out here that don't have an agenda. I don't have a need to shit on black men and villainize and demonize black men. And guess what? From day 2, I meant what I said. Once I saw what I didn't like, I was on her ass. I reported all her fucking GoFundMe's. Me and Gail at night was already on her ass from day 2, right?
I like Gail at night.
I like Gail too. She's a
I like
sweetie.
Gail at night. Yeah.
She consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
anyway,
no was correct. Like Just Jay, that shit was wild. It's like, man, like that pookie behavior. Here's the thing. I think they try to give you the move on it. Did you see me? No, I actually got to the point where I was like, fuck it. Then let it be pookie behavior. I don't give a fuck what behavior
call
it
it
is.
whatever you want to call it. That's how they got to gaslight and shame.
This is fucking this. This is what's happening. But I don't give a shit what it is. I don't care what you call it.
Was you there earlier?
It ain't stopping me.
It was the guy that kept putting up super chats to rebut the stuff I was saying, right? And so not the light too bright, not bright light. Okay, Gizmo, I see you. He got me laughing over there. But anyway, it was a guy that kept rebutting everything I was saying, in the chat. And if you want a man like this and da 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 da, basically saying it was stupid of me to say that I want a man that responds this way and that way, right or wrong. My whole point was, if a woman see a man who ain't sure where he stand on anything, that equates to instability, and you can't expect a woman to follow you if you don't even know what the fuck you doing. And they refused to just understand where I was coming from with that. They wanted to try to, I don't know, it was just annoying. But then again, I wasn't too concerned because I didn't come there to debate my perspective. I just wanted to give my perspective. To me, it equates a person who I can't trust to follow. You want me to follow you, but you don't even know how to read your map. But then you're going to tell me what I'm saying is unreasonable. It doesn't matter whether your map makes sense or not, whether your map is positive or negative. It doesn't matter.
They don't have maps over there.
Well, that's the thing. And so dude kept trying to rebut everything I was saying. And I'm like, I could care less what you're talking about. Like I said, what I said, yeah, if I'm rocking with my peoples and he wrong is 2 left shoes, but the fact that he stand on something and he's solid, that still represents stability. It ain't about right or wrong. It ain't about what's sensible. But then again, like I said, this is why we can go back to that whole conversation, right? About what is it about, like the Pookies and the Ray Rays, right? Like I said, they keep hollering about their alphas. Okay, alphas drop their seeds everywhere and they pillage. So how all these soft ass niggas that's sitting in the corner get into the bag alphas if we gonna take it there? And I hate to be petty, but if we gonna go there, since they like all these labels, are they really alphas?
That's an honest question. That's not petty.
I'm just saying, but they'll take it and they'll demonize it and make it as if I'm trying to attack men and I'm not. But since they want to use these fancy words, because I don't subscribe to all them labels. To me, you either a sturdy dude or you're not. You either solid or you're not. I don't need to say you're alpha, you're a sigma, like all that is irrelevant to me. But they constantly talk about Pookies and Ray Rays. But at the end of the day, Pookies and Ray Rays the ones that's pillaging. If even if you're gonna take it to a war standpoint.
It's a good word. I like it.
Pillaging.
Yeah, they dropping seeds and they pillaging. So who the real alphas? But these are conversations they say they want to have. Child, please, listen. Anyway,
just my sister and I did a show. My sister and I did a show on that whole thing, the different alpha, beta, sigma, and all that stuff. And people kind of surprised. Like, you don't think world class is an alpha? I'm like, world class is not an alpha. World class is not only is he a sigma, he is a sigma's sigma.
I'm not.
That is you are the epitome of what a sigma male is.
Absolutely not.
I thought he was a Smurf.
A lone wolf. See, like I said, alphas.
I could have sworn he was a Smurf.
Alphas.
No purple and blue, but okay.
Here's the thing, Just Jay. Alphas don't compete with sigmas. Sigmas worry alphas and freak them out and scare them.
Listen, I don't like that thing.
Sigmas are a danger to alpha. If you're going by the definition, sigmas are the biggest danger to alphas. And see, they are. Sigmas.
How would you get that from me being in the space? Ain't no alphas in the space. Matter of fact, DB said something funny. She said they internet alphas in here, and that shit was hilarious. I thought it was.
Yeah, I saw that internet alphas. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't like it. I like the word omega. I like what it really means. I don't like y'all think.
You like the word.
Yeah,
you just like the word.
We were clarifying the definition of what an alpha is, what a beta male is. The whole thing. We were clarifying, giving the definition and giving examples of it. I have a lot of characteristics of. I think there's one I have a lot of characteristics of, but my
beta.
But no, not the beta. It wasn't a beta. I think it was a gamma. I have a lot of characteristics. I think it was a gamma male, but I have my sigma male traits. They're like.
I think
they override the gamma traits. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, because here's the thing: alphas run away from sigmas. Once they recognize the sigma, they either sit back and be quiet or they'll leave.
I don't like alphas because they don't follow directions.
Right. Exactly. See what he just said? The attitude of it all.
Oh, see,
he would bring that to an alpha.
Okay.
Here's the thing: see the attitude of it all. An alpha doesn't scare him. Doesn't move him, doesn't shake him. He's like, I'm an alpha. So
I don't think I agree with
that sentiment right there. It bothers an alpha. An alpha be like, what? He's not enamored by me. He's not impressed by me. What the hell? Alpha don't know what to do.
I don't know if I agree with this. If I had to use an example, I would use One Piece. I would say I think Luffy is an alpha. I think Zoro is a sigma.
Yes.
So I don't think Zoro is intimidated at all by Luffy. He's his first mate. Everybody would look at Zoro and think he's a beta, but that nigga.
No, he's a sigma. Here's the thing. Let's take Anton Daniels. Let's just give him the title of alpha for a few minutes.
What's the one for gay?
Anton would be an alpha. Here's the thing: world class would be a sigma, right? Anton's loud, boisterous, flashy, showy. World class come up there. You know that's stupid, right? What? The shit you just said. How is it stupid? And then he would literally dissect and break down why and how it was stupid. And
because you said it.
Right. And there's nothing that the alpha could say to rebut it because he would be right. And that's why alphas don't bother sigmas. The sigmas will fuck them up. No, the sigmas will fuck them up. They don't by themselves. See, alphas will get a pack of people. Alpha will get a pack. They need a group. Sigma
they need
don't
reinforcement.
need a group.
They need validation. They need all that whole ass shit. But
right, Sigmas don't need that. Sigmas will fuck up him, and 9 times out of 10, the group too. So, like I said, that's why Shamari and I both agree on using world class as that example. Like, no, he don't need no help. He don't need nobody's help.
I don't.
He does.
You
He
see
doesn't
his
need
little
help.
thumbnail. He done got. See, listen. Stop encouraging him,
He
y'all.
doesn't
We
need
need to
help.
wrap it up because I
Right.
already see
But
where this
so
going. I
speaking of
know
One
I don't
Piece,
want to.
that's my favorite anime. It has been for many, many years. I've been watching it since it first aired. Back in the
Wait,
day in
that's on
Japan.
there?
Real? That's a long
Yeah,
ass time.
I've been watching it for over 20 years. For more than 20 years, I've been watching that show. Even when I would deploy go on deployments in the army, I would come back and there's a store that would like download them and burn them to DVDs illegally, of course, but then sell them. I would go to that store and just stock up on the episodes I missed,
You was in
and I have
Korea.
all the no here in America. It was a place over there in Fayetteville, North Carolina called Neo Otaku. And but see now I've downloaded all the episodes and I download them week to week just to keep up with them. I have every single episode of One Piece. Every single episode. I've watched every single episode, every single movie. Now if there's
Okay.
if there's one, look, I know One Piece through and through, back and forward. I even read the manga weekly.
I be
You
wanting to
know,
watch that stuff, but them things be having like 1,013
that's
episodes.
One
Okay,
Piece.
it'd be
No,
a
One
lot.
Piece is the only one like that. Now, here's the thing: what you so if you haven't watched it yet, get caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen. It's the truth. It's the truth.
I'm close. I just watched whatever on Netflix or whatever. Was it on Netflix? I just caught up, or Crunchyroll or whatever. I
Just say
just
this your
caught up
fault.
on that, the Shibuya incident or whatever.
Oh my! Wasn't that
Uh,
crazy? The Shibuya incident was crazy, dog.
What's
The
going on?
Shibuya incident was crazy.
What's
Yo,
happening?
so many people died, Noble. So many people just got eviscerated. Like it was a mass murder on a ridiculous scale, dude. Innocent
going-
bystanders is what I'm talking about, Noble.
What-
People just got slaughtered. Am I right, Zoe? People just
I
got
was shocked,
buildings falling on
shocked
people
and
and shit.
appalled.
Right, it was just, I was like, holy shit.
Colin,
What's going on?
get him
I heard
off
you
the
said.
ground.
I
I didn't know if you
what's
knew
going-
this.
No, I'm just asking you what's going on.
Then
I
when
get
you
that.
get
I
there.
don't know why you're not listening to me.
No hair.
Back up for a second. I just want to get clarity.
Mhm.
You hear what you're saying out loud, brother?
The thing is,
They don't like the anime talk.
They don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
lost.
Here's the thing. Noble would actually love Jujutsu Kaisen. It would be perfect for him to introduce him to anime. He'd love it.
Who
He
the
was
fuck
anime. He was talking about Dragon Ball Z earlier, but we was talking about
There you
YouTube
go.
and stuff.
Right,
But I don't know if he's
He
up.
would-
Like, to me, I never would. It's not. That's something I'm just not going to outgrow. People be like, it's a
Me
childish
neither.
thing. I don't see it as childish.
Me
It's like
neither.
everybody has their things, and to me, it's like I'm never gonna outgrow being in nature. I'm never gonna outgrow anime. I'm never gonna outgrow my imagination. I'm never gonna outgrow, like, there's certain things that I've had, like I think I was using the story of Job earlier. I'm never gonna outgrow certain things that was useful to me as a child, especially when it comes to narratives. There's certain things that I do. So to me, I'm not. I'm very late to One Piece. I watched most of it, and then I like that comment. I've watched most of it. Right now I'm running back the Water 7 because I missed in Ennie's lobby or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm actually at the Wano arc, but the Ennie's lobby.
No. Don't. Here's the thing. Zoe, take it from me. I know you want to, and I know how tempting it is. Don't skip shit because you'll miss it. There's a lot of nuance that catches up later, and when it catches, it's brilliantly written. It's written this way and this long for a reason. It is genius writing. That's what I love about the show. That is the most well-written anime of all time, period, bar none, end of story. It is one of the most well-written stories of all time in the fictional era. That's book, comic book, actual books. It's one of the greatest fictional writings of all time. It is genius writing.
Let me say this. I started back trying to watch that arc because of the last time you said that you watched One Piece every single episode. That's why I started to try to run it back the episodes I've missed.
Yep.
When it comes to the storyline, I feel like it follows 1-to-1 like a certain arc of actual history. Like the way that they want you to like they have the Void Century. It's a whole bunch of history they don't want you to know.
Right.
And it seems intentional how, like, so certain things where it's just like, and trying to discover that history and trying to go back and trying to find a way to be
Freezy, what?
trying to find a way to win from the villain's perspective. You're a pirate. You're a pirate. You're the scum of the earth, but you're trying to find a way
Right.
to win.
Yeah,
Like there's so many small little themes that I
exactly. Here's the thing, though.
I do.
When you see the corruption of the world government in there, and then you got and see now you got the Revolutionary Army making moves now because they're on Egghead Island now. But here's the thing: you don't want to miss Shabondi Archipelago. I'll spoil this for you. This is what I love about the show. The heroes of the show, Noble, the Straw Hat Pirates and Luffy, they got completely and utterly decimated. They got defeated in a way it's like, holy shit, they stood no chance. They got fucked up. And then they got separated. It's the good guys don't always win, dude. Sometimes they got to run away. It's outstanding. But the lesson behind it is brilliant. It's brilliant. They got completely and utterly decimated. Shabondi Archipelago, and then you get introduced to the rest of the 11 supernovas. Luffy and Zoro are a member of the supernovas, but then you get introduced to new characters, new pirate captains who are members of the supernova.
I've just never seen this
And then you get Blackbeard in there,
Mandrill,
man. They call it the worst generation. Yeah, the worst generation. Like the supernovas are all a part of the worst generation.
I want to address Freezy's comment. Mandrill, hold on.
Go ahead, man. I can go on about One Piece now.
Nah, I know. I'm the only one enjoying your One Piece talk, and I did want to address what Freezy said earlier. I'm the only one enjoying your One Piece talk, and I wanted to address what Freezy was saying earlier. Both Just Jay and Noble was like,
I'm stressed out.
They seem dead on their feet about this. But
I never seen it so happy.
Smiling. What is going on?
I've never seen Mandrill so happy.
People only seem alpha around the punch. What happened?
You breaking up? Is that me? Is he breaking up?
I know y'all wasn't enjoying it.
Oh no, I wasn't enjoying it because Mandrill was enjoying himself.
Though I could feel that I was the only one enjoying what he was. Things that I found interesting about One Piece.
Just Jay is just confused.
But I was gonna say for Freezy's comment, some people only seem alpha around a bunch of betas, and the thing that
there you go.
Like I agree with that 100%. The thing about this space in particular, or the manosphere, or whatever you want to call it, is that not every man gets the opportunity to feel like they're an alpha around a bunch of betas. So when you see it, I ain't mad at them for trying to, for wanting to, for them to exercise their alpha, to get as much experience being an alpha as you can. It's just when it comes at people's expense that I look at you as differently. I look at you differently. I look at you with more criticism because it's like you can only fuck up so much being the alpha around a bunch of betas before I have to look at you like you a beta. You can be an alpha, but so far, and it's just like I'm not necessarily impressed. I don't need to like online, like what I think you guys are saying, internet alphas. I don't know I think you said DB said that. It's like if this is your space for you to come and feel alpha, go ahead, like do that. But when it starts coming to other people's expense, it's like, well, now we get to talk shit. Now we get to criticize. Now we get to open up the book and read you for your rights. You feel me? Like it comes to that. And because it's like, if you're not in it to help people, if you're going to be an alpha around these betas and you're not necessarily helping these betas become a better person, you just sitting around talking with their ass, like, and making them feel like, I don't even know what they're getting out of it, honestly. But it's like when you that alpha around a bunch of betas, you don't necessarily have to prove yourself. You just get to be yourself, and there's no space for growth.
Yeah, you can put on a facade, and that's enough. Yeah.
These people don't know what real danger is. They don't.
Yeah, that part.
They don't. This is why I don't walk around fucking with people and I don't walk around getting into fights because I like to fight. And just there was talking about she wanted to make sure her man could throw hands. I got hands, Jay. I started karate when I was 5. I shifted to boxing when I was 12. I did that to this day. When I was in high school, I wrestled for a little bit while boxing. When I got out the army, I started Wing Chun Kung Fu. Did that for 3 years. Now I've been doing MMA ever since. Muay Thai kickboxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I got hands, and I like
How much
to
you weigh,
fight.
Mandra?
So, well, right now 217, but I'm on my way back down to 180 to 180, 185.
I'd want to box you just because I don't have none of that training, but just to see if I would get my ass beat.
You would probably,
Yeah,
if you got no experience. Yeah, you got no
but
experience.
like,
Absolutely.
I don't say no. All my experience is street fighting. All my experience is just real
Oh yeah,
life shit.
yeah.
My experience,
I would clean
and
your clock, dude. Street fighters, yeah,
and
I would clean your.
have you ever
But as
done
you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
backyard backyard
Yeah, that's
where
what I
at?
think. That's why I stay away from like conflict and stuff like that. I know me. I know me. I'm gonna want to fight. Just like somebody who has a sugar addiction, but they haven't had sugar in a year. I'm gonna want that. I have withdrawals from it, like literal urges and withdrawals from fighting. I know myself. I don't need to get in conflict. I don't need to be in any shit. Nope, because I'm gonna engage. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
the same way
Look,
to an extent.
military combatives. I have that. Also, war battle experience, real live, no bullshit. I've engaged the enemy in mortal combat on the field of battle. The enemy is America.
Who's you, Scorpion?
No, I'm
answer.
used. No, here's the thing. I'm literally used to killing. Like if I was to take a human life, it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah,
It's Thursday.
That's why I want to fight you. I don't mind putting myself at risk.
But if we're in the ring, I know where we're at. I'm not gonna try to hurt you or nothing like that. I mean, it's an exhibition. You know what I'm saying?
you just
Yeah.
You just.
But if
you
we in the
just-
street, and we get into and somebody starts some shit, if you get me to the point where I'm gonna fight you, it's no holds barred. Like with my sister, you have
leading
to.
the vote, it's your fault. You're responsible for everything.
It's just like if you fuck with my sister, what I meant by it's on the pop and like, no, you're gonna have to kill me to keep me from killing you, not hurt me, not break an arm or a leg. If I can move, I'm making my way to you, and I will fucking bite you. I don't give a shit. I'm going to kill you today, now. Fucking with my sister, or if you my lady. No, let's say just Jay is my lady. Somebody fucking with her. He's dead. He's a fucking dead man, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna like doing it.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, and I don't want you to keep going.
He don't help what I was trying to say. Oh, not even what I was trying to say, what I was saying on that panel today, because people equate that with me saying I want a dude that just be ripping people's heads off and tasting blood.
Now this gonna get clipped up.
Yeah, right. Y'all remember the movie Gladiator?
I would do it. Listen,
Remember Gladiator, where dude had the people fighting and stuff in the arena, and he was up there standing up and he was licking his tongue out and stuff because he was excited at all the violence. That ain't what I'm saying. All I'm saying is people have like
you want a guy who's
saying,
gonna be able to get down when it's time to get down.
Darkness is on reserve. That's all I'm saying.
No,
There's a
that's what I do.
reserve.
Not him. It ain't reserved nowhere. This is on.
Well, I mean, it's kind of questionable what's going on with
this
him.
Is reserved.
I agree with that. World class. And so I'm definitely not promoting that. But I guess with that, right? I'm gonna share 2 clips, and then I think we can wrap up because I think that is a great place. I'm gonna just share 2 little clips that I like of stuff that just makes sense to me. This is one.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it? That sucks. I don't appreciate it. I don't know what to do.
Did you put the right?
Y'all? Don't give me the line. Let me look.
Reason that Mandrell be hiding trees and shit.
This just feels racist to me. I don't know
why.
Look
at him. Anderson, black and white too?
Is it that one?
I've seen him before.
Do y'all hear anything?
It feels at least like 18% racist. No.
You say y'all can hear it, right?
Mm-mm.
You said no? Oh, I thought you said yeah. Wait a minute. Damn it. Why? It's not working. I thought I was doing
Who's playing the banjo?
So do you hear it or not? Cause now you say it's a banjo.
No, I don't hear it. I was playing.
See why you do that? Hold on, let me look.
My bad.
Yeah, see, you ain't right. Hold on. It's still not making noise. Never mind.
Where your
Oh,
chest and shoulders up,
look.
walking around saying
Is it
I'm
playing?
dangerous. That's very
Yep.
rarely is
Yeah.
that a dangerous man. Become a good man. Be a dangerous man. You can't be a good man, a fully good man, if you're not a dangerous man. It's okay, be dangerous. Now, being dangerous is not being a threat. They're two different things. To be good is to
That's
do good to people. And sometimes doing good to people is protecting those people. Often the most dangerous man in the room is the quietest man in the room.
Yep.
Is this not playing? See, now I can't hear this one. What is happening, y'all? I don't appreciate it. They be messing with my stuff. What is happening? This not nice. Hold on. Look. Why you laughing? I don't care. It don't matter. You know what? It don't matter. The whole point is, right?
It was his eye.
Some of y'all done seen that when I was talking about the demon hand Buddha heart. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, certain things require a level of inflection. People have to understand situational awareness, nonverbal context clues, nonverbal communication, and stuff like that comes. That kind of wisdom comes with experience, and that comes with taking your ass outside and not just popping your shit on this here internet. Now, if you don't mind, world class, you could wrap it up and do the outro.
Well, definitely appreciate everybody for coming through the stream. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share it out to your mom and them. She ain't doing nothing, no way. Yeah, we gotta take shots. What is Mandrill playing? Mandrill, you don't care about people getting copyright strikes? Like, that's not, you don't be thinking about that?
Like, what is happening?
Huh? That's why we didn't want to let you up last time. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you know what I say, man. Ain't but 2 classes on this planet, never been 3.
He was
You
playing
were
One
world
Piece.
class. Yeah, you probably was. You were world class or you outclass. And the question is not which class you want to live in. The question is which class are the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die. And on your feet, on your knees, respect the craft. No.
Not washed.
Yeah. You got the job, nigga.
Like, we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. You know, like something happened.
We didn't do this because we like you. We did this because we are you.
Boom, the world class.
I just want to say, yep, we're out.